want you guys to know that I'm taking a stand to build America's next rap star.
Who's America's next rap star presents the Rap Star Challenge. We're looking for the dopest MCs around the world. Registration begins November 15th through December 31st. Register now. There will be 5 challenges. First challenge, Quick 16s begin January 1st. Rap Star. You have 4 days to upload and complete your Rap Star Challenge video. After that, a 3-day vote period with family, friends, and followers. We will fly the winner to Atlanta, shuffle them around in elite transportation, provide sexy entourage, put them in a world-famous studio with a Grammy-nominated producer. We will ball out at one of the hottest nightclubs in Atlanta. A radio interview to millions of listeners. You will perform your song in front of our huge crowd. You will become a rap star for a weekend. Register now at rapstarchallenge.com.
Oh boy, it's gonna be epic.
On Worldwide Entertainment TV this week is Music Industry 101. Our featured People to Watch segment includes Toronto's Pressa with his music video Deadmihanna, which has reached over 2 million views as an independent label under BFR.
That's Lizzie Turner. That's Lizzie Turner. What would that be on? Okay. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. His friend. This that up and his friend. Deadmihanna.
Eb Reignberg, a top entertainment lawyer in Canada who has made deals for the Fugees, Melanie Fiona, Snow, and more, spoke at the 2017 TDot Fest Music Conference about Drake, Pressa, Robin Banks, and more.
It's about branding. Highest grossing money, 2016. P. Diddy, number 2, I think. P. Diddy, number 2. Jay-Z, number, I think it's 3 or 4. 3 or 4. Well, number 1, Dre, number 1. And I believe maybe the year before, Birdman from Cash Money. Drake cracked it, I think, in 2015 to make the 5th spot, number 5. But that's because 50 Cent dropped out. He had to show that he has nothing, okay? Because he was in a legal battle, and they were trying, okay, exactly, you better have nothing. So, but what most of these guys, do you think P. Diddy was there because of his last album? I can't even remember his last album. Jay-Z was there because of the album? Nope. Why were these guys there? That's the question. How did they make that money? They did not make it from the release and the sale of their music. If you think you're gonna make millions directly from Spotify, you are in a dreamland. So what have these guys done? And Drake is to use a homegrown artist, what have they done to make so much money?
Brand partnerships.
Yes. Now let's start with the first word. Brand. First you have a brand, then you can partner your brand. The way I see music today, I'm sorry to tell you, your music ain't gonna make you no money. Maybe a little bit here or there, but not real money like that. Your music will make you nothing. How many people here spent over $100 on music, downloading music this year? One. You see what I'm saying? You got an Android phone, you can rip it off right now, get it out of the internet somewhere, and download it. Unfortunately, I have an Apple phone, and I'm still living in the world of pay my $1.29, because I like to keep it. But now with Spotify, 95% of people who are on Spotify are on the free Spotify provision. Okay, Spotify is losing money left, right, and center too. All right, they lost 60 to 70 million last year. They made $360 million, but they were in the red. They spent more than they made. So you think they're gonna start upping the checks and start handing money out? No. You think YouTube is gonna give you guys any money for anything on there? No, they're hiding behind laws that allow them not to pay you. So, then the question is, as your own business, as I talked about earlier, what value is the music that you're putting out? How do you use that as a tool? What has Drake done? What is the difference? Some of my students in here will know that I've talked about this before. What is the difference between a simple black t-shirt, this lady back here got a simple black t-shirt on, right there. All right, I don't see any logos, nothing. All right, what's the difference between that shirt right now and that shirt that just has an O, a V, and an O embroidered on it? What's the cost difference, first of all? All right, that shirt, yeah, what do you think?
Oh, value of the brand?
Sure, but you can pick up a simple black t-shirt, $10,
You know what I'm saying?
maybe less, right? Then you go buy the OVO, the one that has OVO embroidered on it, how much you paying for?
Probably what, $80 for the shirt.
Yeah, there you go. So why? Why? What makes it worth 50, 60 bucks? The brand. Now, when you just say the brand, what about the brand? Let's dig a little deeper. The model being create a brand. Music is only the tool that you use to build a following, to build a connection between you and your audience. Now, you're not gonna make money selling them the music. You know what you're gonna do? You're gonna make that connection, and then you're gonna say, buy my t-shirt, buy my shoes, buy my whiskey. Drake got the new whiskey out now, right?
Yeah.
Buy my whiskey. Diddy got the Ciroc. Buy all of that. And that's where you'll make your money. And I'm not saying you gotta be there at, you're gonna just jump into people buying what it is you're selling. But you've got to be forward thinking. This game now is all about branding. J-Lo, okay, Jennifer Lopez, what's her brand?
J-Lo.
Okay, it's the J-Lo. All right, Diddy, what are his brands? Sean John, Ciroc. You know what I love about Diddy and which one? And Revolt. But what I love about Diddy, and exactly what Drake follows, Drake's brand is not Drake, is it? You don't go out and buy a Drake shirt. J-Lo, I think she's wrong. You go out and buy the J-Lo perfume. That's what you're buying. But if J-Lo got arrested tomorrow for something, this, that, whatever, the brand just got hit. When Drake, something happens to him, don't worry about it. OVO is a clique. It's a group. It's a mindset. When he's 50, 60, all right, not putting out music anymore, he will keep the youngsters coming through OVO, one after another. You want to know where he got that from? Jordan. Jordan ain't playing no basketball anymore. He got every youngster coming through wearing Jordan brand basketball shoes. Jordan brand basketball shoes. So he will keep it fresh the entire time. Drake, looking forward, has said, I'm going to build a business. The music gives him the connection to you, me, all of us. And then we say, hey, we love his music. We love what he's standing for. Oh, OVO? That's a mentality. I am gonna buy that OVO shirt. I could buy the clean one with nothing on it for $6.99, but I'll spend $69.99 for a little bit of embroidery. That's it. So what I want you guys to do in my little 15-minute session here is to start looking at yourself as a brand. You can't wait till you have a hit song and say, okay, I'm gonna do that. You've got to set it up now. We talked a little bit about Pressa. Pressa came into our office, he's got a brand. He wore it right in, Blue Feather Records. Blue Feathers. You know what I'm saying? He was smart. He said, I got a brand already. I got another guy you guys will meet down here, he's on the show tomorrow, Young Cake. Rocking his YC in his video. Why don't each and every one of you have your own brand yet? I rock my brand. Happens to be the brand that represents the city, but I own this shit, okay? I put it on right here. I went to buy some pizza for the crew here today. The pizza guy behind the thing taking my money said, yo, I like that shirt. Where can I get one of those? I said, you come down tomorrow, Young Dundas Square, there'll be a booth. Come and talk to me. He said, can I get a discount? I said, come and talk to me. You see what I mean? Rocking a brand. I will never put another polo shirt on that has polo on it. It's gonna be my brand. It doesn't cost you much. Go get the blank one right downtown for $6. Go to the embroidery person and, you know what I mean, pay another $4 and you're good, and rock it. Represent yourself so that when the time comes, when you're in your video, I just watched the video right now. You should be rocking your brand in that video, right? Rock your brand in that video. Doesn't cost you much, 30, 40, 50 bucks to put some t-shirts together, you know, have everybody doing that. No limit. No limit. We're going back in time right now. That was who was No Limit Records? Master P. Master P. All right? I know the story about Master P and No Limit Records. You know what he did when he started No Limit and was putting the money out there and putting the music out? He went out and did a whole bunch of t-shirts. Whole bunch that said No Limit Records. And he gave those t-shirts out left, right, and center. And he didn't just give them out to people that have a whole bunch of shirts at home, well-to-do, well off, they got a lot of clothes. He went around town and gave them to the homeless people who were gonna wear that shirt every damn day.
Right.
A walking billboard. See what I'm saying? A brand. He created a brand. Now, this doesn't cost much. You should all think about what your brand should be. I'm recommending that it doesn't necessarily have to be your name, okay? Doesn't have to be. It might be you and a few others have a collective, like OVO, October's very own, him and the guys, you know what I'm saying? Put together your brand. Rock it in your video. Tag it in your song.
Kandy K is our featured Diva of the Week, as she speaks at TDot Fest Music Panel about meeting Snoop Dogg, her hustle, and travels worldwide.
You're the queen. That's when you're the medals. You're the queen of the North. This is Game of Thrones for real. That's right. You know, once upon a time, I was Denzel in my day. And you was right there too. And it was only in a dream, but you gotta visualize shit.
And who was that?
Huh?
Who was that?
Shit, you was the queen. We was truly the Game of Thorns. So how you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
Thank you for taking your time off your busy schedule.
Thank you for having me.
And I know you got a lot of things coming up for the fall and for the spring. You just got back in town, right?
Yes.
Where were you?
Atlanta.
Ooh-wee, hot Atlanta. Okay, you see my boy down there, CBJ?
No.
Well, that's like my little son.
Oh,
I raised him in this game.
Okay, gotta say what's up next time.
There you go. So let's tell everybody about you, for those of you who don't know you, where you came from, and what you've done, and what you're doing now.
So I go by the name of Kandy K. I've been in the game for about 10 years now. I've been taking it seriously for about 7 years. I started off when I was 12. I was really interested in poetry in school. I aced it. It was my favorite subject, like English. I was doing really well. By 14, I started having a lot of male friends that were in the rap game, trying to become rappers, putting out mixtapes. I just started to have an interest in the rap aspect. I already knew a little bit about songwriting in regards to R&B and stuff, but I really wanted to take an interest in rap. So I asked some of my male friends to try to teach me how to rap. It started off with the ABC rhymes. It turned into being more lyrical. By 15 or 16, I had my first mixtape. I did it on my own. I engineered everything, found whatever beats I could online, and saved up money from the graffiti artwork I would do on clothes, and bought my own studio in my room. Put it in my room, set it up, was giving out mixtapes for free. My second mixtape I put out when I was about 17. I started selling them for $5. So I had about 4 mixtapes, and I just hustled whatever way I could. I want to say it was the 3rd mixtape I did. I came across someone, and it was just random guy. I like to write, I like to record, and it was just a passion that I had. So I went out there with my mother. We recorded a little bit. I got really sick. While I was out there, I was, throwing up. It was really bad. And I told Jeff one day, I said, I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it to the studio. I'm really sick. And he basically, like, long story short, he gave me the speech like, hold up, I flew you out here and you're not about to come to the studio? Do you know how many people would die to be in your position right now? Like, I'm the one that made Alicia Keys. So I'm like, no, it's not that. I'm just letting you know, like, I might throw up in the studio. And he's like, I don't care. Like, you got work to do. So I didn't know the grind that really came behind the music. I just knew the grind that was in my head, which was selling mixtapes wherever I could, which was literally getting outside of my car on the highway with jam-packed traffic for Caravana, and literally getting out my car on the highway and throwing mixtapes in people's cars, or showing up to whatever clubs I could when I knew artists were in town and doing whatever I had to do to get them my music. That's the hustle I knew. I didn't know the studio hustle. So I showed up to the studio and, we got the records done. Thank God I was not sick. But he flew me back, and I knew it. I'm like, I wasn't ready. I'm like, I still have a lot to learn, and I knew that. So moving forward, that was when I was about 19 now. And whenever there was, like I said, celebrities in town, I would just try my best to just show up. Like, a story real quick, there was Snoop Dogg came to town, and I found out last minute. And I was like, damn, I gotta go to the Snoop Dogg party. I met him a few days prior at this video shoot. He was like, I'm having a party in a couple days, come through, and I forgot. So I'm like, damn, I gotta go. So I rushed to Best Buy, pick up an MP3 player, put like 3 songs on it, my best songs, pick up my homegirl, we on our way, car breaks down. I'm like, oh my God, how am I gonna get to this? Like, we all dolled up, I got my music ready, I gotta go. I make a call to one of my friends, I'm like, hey, I really need a ride right now. He's like, all right, I got you. How you getting home? I don't know, but let's just go. And I live like an hour from downtown. So we go, I get there, club's at full capacity. I'm like, what are the odds? Like, I just can't win tonight. So I'm like, nah, like, you don't understand, I really just gotta go in there to give Snoop my music. That's all this is about. I don't even want to party, like, you can come in with me. And he's like, you don't understand, the club's at full capacity, like, it's a fire hazard. I'm literally outside stressing, like, I don't even know how I'm getting home. Like, I just need to get Snoop my music. Long story short, I see one of a guy I knew, and he walks by, he's like, what are you doing outside? I'm like, I can't get in, like, I just came here to give Snoop my music. He's like, what you mean? Like, I know the owner, let me talk to the owner. The owner's not budging. He's like, it's full capacity, bro. He's like, listen, I believe in what she's got going on, 200, just let her in, lets me in. By the grace of God, right?
Mother's king.
So I get in, and I'm like, where's Snoop, where's Snoop, where's Snoop? Find Snoop. All security blocked off, obviously. So I go into, I was about to go on one of the top booths, because there's a downstairs and upstairs. And I see some friends I know. So I'm like, hey, I just need to get in there real quick. They're like, no problem. So I'm reaching down over the balcony trying to tap Snoop's head, and he's surrounded by a bunch of girls. Security's like, oh, whoa, miss. No, this isn't about to happen. I'm like, you don't understand, I met Snoop the other. He's like, I don't care. Snoop looks up. He's like, oh, what's up, Kandy, I'm like, man, I just brought you my music. He's like, all right, cool. Long story short, a week later he gets back to me. I love the music, keep going. And he just gave me a push, like, you got it, so just keep going. You know what I mean? And that was enough for me. At the end of the day, that's another person that knows my name, has seen my hustle. That's all that matters. Now, fast track. I'm about 19, 20 now. I'm in school. My mom wasn't really supportive of the whole music thing growing up. My parents weren't together. I didn't really talk to my dad, and I was really just focusing on getting this degree from my mother, because that was what would make her happy. I knew at the end of the day I've always wanted to be an artist. It's just something I've always felt. I literally went through a list of hundreds of jobs. There's nothing that I want to do other than the music. So I get my degree, don't even want to go to graduation. I said, here's the papers, Mom, like I'm done. We made an agreement, I could do whatever I want, you would support me moving forward. So she said, okay, I want to say I was 23, I had just graduated, I couldn't find a job. It was the first time ever I couldn't find a job anywhere. Grocery stores wouldn't hire me, Foot Locker wouldn't hire me, nowhere would hire me. I went to do social work, that's what I got a degree in, was social work. Nowhere would hire me. Daycares wouldn't hire me, nothing. Every time I thought I got the job, they would not hire me. It was like I was overqualified. It didn't make sense to me. All of a sudden, I get my degree and now no one's hiring me. Like, man, this is music, I just gotta go hard, I just gotta go hard. Randomly, I get a job in IT. A friend hooked it up. Know nothing about computers. I'm in there and I'm just like, man, like I can't be in a cubicle for the rest of my life. This cannot be my life. It's not for me. I'm not knocking it, but it's not for me. And randomly again, I got I think it was an email from someone on Twitter, and he's like, I really believe in what you got going on. How can I help? How can I contribute? I said, I just need shows. And next thing I know, we start doing a couple shows. Before I knew it, people start hitting me up on Instagram. Flo Rida finds me on Instagram. He finds me on Instagram, says, where can I hear more music? I send him a couple songs, I send him links, and he goes, I'm really interested, I want to fly you out. I want to see what you can do in the studio. Fly out to Miami with my mother, and we were in the studio the first 3 days for 72 hours straight. No shower, no nothing.
Wow, it's just that, it's amazing to hear your story. And were you teachable? Because a lot of artists are not teachable and they don't know it. They don't even need a manager. They don't want a manager, they want an investor. They say they want a manager, but they want an investor for real because they can't be told nothing. So did you have that mentality when you went out, or had to back it up, or were you always teachable?
I've always tried to be a student to everything, but especially as a female, you have to hold your ground without trying to be a know-it-all at the same time. So a lot of things, it kind of conflicts sometimes because you try to like stand your ground with certain things. Like it could be something as simple as what you wear, or your style, or the things you say in your music. And you may want to stand your ground because that's who you are, but you have to know, all right, I can tweak this because this person may know better than I will. You know what I mean? So I'm very open-minded when it comes to what I talk about in my music, just because I'm okay with whatever it is I want to talk about. I'm okay with whatever it is, you know, someone else, my management may want me to talk about, because I know well enough now that, you know, my management or the next person may know better than me. But at the end of the day, like I can't remember who it was, someone said that they, you know, their goal is to inspire people through the words of the music. You know, I'm a little different in that sense. I more so want to tell my story. I want to be able to get on a platform where I'm able to tell my story, you know, through my platform and inspire a lot of women. That's my goal.
That's cool. That's cool. We like it. Wow. you kind of deep. I didn't expect that. As an interviewing you, you know, I've heard a lot about you and heard the things that you've done, but to hear your grind and to know that, I know that your grind is real, you know. But, I mean, does anybody have any questions?
What's that contact? My email is Kandy, Kandy, the letter K, music@gmail.com.
Okay, I have one. So when you start dealing in Atlanta and abroad and all these places, first of all, obviously your music changed after you came off the road because you've seen a lot of things, right? What do you, I mean, Toronto, and I'm from the States, Toronto talent is just crazy. I mean, from dancing to videographers to producers, from their stories, and what do you think is the hardest hump for them to get over? I mean, because it's like every city gets their sound. Right now it's Toronto, and you know, in the next 2 years it may be somewhere else. But
with accents, you'll learn a lot with style. You'll just learn a lot by traveling. And in my personal opinion, I feel like America has always been the root, and they've always had a foundation for style, slang, the newest lingo. They have the newest everything. And I feel like Canada gets everything later. That's my personal opinion. So with that being said, I feel like it's important to travel so we can pick up on a couple words or pick up on the newest stuff, the newest looks. I'm not saying anything's wrong with Toronto by any means, but I am saying I think it's important for artists to pick up on different things everywhere. I have people tell me now, like, I've gotten this American accent, or, you know, I look more American now, and it's like, I've spent 4 or 5 years in New York and Jersey, you know what I mean, like living there, so maybe unconsciously it's rubbed off. You know, or I've spent another 2 years in Miami, so that stuff's gonna rub off on you, your style, your words, your lingo, and I've noticed it. Like sometimes I say things that some people out here don't say, or vice versa.
You know what? And that brings me to a point. Back to Toronto. I'm sorry, I'm a fan. Maybe y'all don't see it, but I see it from outside.
Absolutely.
And that's why I'm here. And I'm here because I don't like none of the executives here. I want to be the Clyde Davis here. I think they full of shit. Because anytime America got one slang that's going on right now, does anybody know what America say? Females call dudes up and said, let's drive and drink. Have y'all heard that? What? They driving and drinking. Not drinking, drinking to Drake's music. That's the slang now. We driving and drinking. So if y'all don't understand, y'all got that shit, I don't know what the hell to tell y'all. If they tell a female, let's drive and drink, because they say driving and drinking is Drake's got that music that female wants to hear, so it's not driving and drinking, it's driving and drinking. I said, oh shit, I got one, see, I'm old and I got one up on y'all. Denise, let's drive and drink. So, you see what I'm saying? So, you know, I've been trying to tell you, y'all got that stuff, man.
My experience, artists in Toronto support each other the least. And I feel like if we really supported each other, males supporting females, and females supporting males, it could really do damage. Because everybody's looking in Canada right now for artists.
Right. And you know what? I think that's good, but we got them, you know, when Meek Mills wanted to sign Robin Banks, right? But isn't that his name? That was showing them Pressa, everybody's coming, so I think we can get on this bandwagon and support each other, but we got to take knowledge. The OG, you got to teach these kids. Because the kids, the younger artists' bigger problems is that the old artists didn't reach back for us. That's every young artist, when you talk to them and say, hey, what about so-and-so and so-and-so? They say, man, they don't look for us. So they like growing up on their own in this industry. And y'all dudes know, and y'all responsible, and all these people that say you do social media, you do that, don't take these kids' money, man, and don't do nothing. Give them something, man. But anyway.
This week's director cut music video by Goldmine Media includes
God, nigga, huh? Back on my shit, fuck a hook and straight bars, fact, niggas. See what I'm saying? Facts. That's how we living, nigga. Egg West in the fucking building, 6-8, nigga. Turn the fuck up. Huh? On the beat. Niggas wanna bang out, tell me where to meet. Hot-headed niggas get level with the heat.
WWETV New York speaks with Def Jam A&R Mr. Lawrence Wise Mcgriff as he gives young people and aspiring artists advice on the industry.
And as far as the music industry is concerned, what type of advice would you give for new artists? Because, you know, artists kill me, and I learned this from you. What is the budget? Do they have a budget? That's the first thing he'll ask. So, and I've come to learn is that you can't get things done for free. You can't.
If you're not willing to invest in yourself, don't look for somebody else to invest in you. Everybody else they are quick to write songs to talk about how much money they spend in the club, how much money they spend on their hair, nails, and accessories. But then when you come to them and say, well, I need such and such, they don't understand exactly what you're saying. They become foreign. Me no speaking English. You know, but they expect you to work and to pull in whatever resources that you have to assist them with hopes of getting signed. Labels are about to become extinct, non-existent, and that's because of one individual, Soulja Boy, had changed the face of music, not just rap, but music. Because Soulja Boy has showed that you don't need a deal to actually get recognized.
Right.
He was able to take social media and he was able to utilize it to his advantage. They didn't have social media when music first came out. They had the chitlin circuit, where you had to get in where you fit in. They didn't have nobody Skyping out your flyers. They didn't have no tickets. You actually had to go city to city, state to state on your own, passing out some flyers, because we didn't have computers back then. You had to find someone that could neatly write it down for you. So-and-so will be at such and such club, and it's $1 to get in. So now that we have the technology actually made us dumb, because we rely on it.
Right.
We don't have the basic skills and fundamentals to know how to utilize our own craft.
Right.
We went to school to learn nothing.
Nothing. And that also amazes me that, we go to school to learn how to make money from someone who doesn't make that much money.
Yeah, because people tend to think because you saw them on the TV, you seen them on Love and Hip Hop, the cars are rented, the houses are rented, and the jewelry was borrowed.
And some of the stories are not true.
They are actually making their story because they want to build themselves up. I'm not going to make a story, and I'm not going to say that I'm inside a certain position because of those that I choose to be around. Right. If I was already inside a bad.
So just give us a little scope of your services and how someone would be able to obtain your expertise.
I offer a mentoring and a consultant agreement. I'm not here to promise anybody a deal because then I'm lying to you, and I'm not good at lying. So I would rather tell you that I can actually help you plant seeds, and I can help you get nervous to grow. I can help you get shows, exposure, interviews, as well as radio play. You say, but the footwork is on you. I can only tell you of the upcoming shows.
Right.
7 out of 10 you would not have to pay to be a part of unless there's a cash prize, because a promoter is not going to let you perform for free as well as walk away with the prize money. Right. And if there's a tour involved, that tour bus had to get paid for, so don't look for me to get you on any tours free. But if there's an opening slot that I can possibly get you in, then I'll do my best. And if I can, I can't.
And you have done just that. I know you have helped me definitely in the music industry, and I know a lot of other artists that you helped in tours and shows. And just artists need to know that this is hard, everyday work, and
it's not a hobby. It's not a hobby. Don't apply for a job that you don't want. This is not a temp agency. If this is going to be based upon your future and you don't want to have a bright future, continue to trap. So this way, when you get trapped off and you become complacent inside the uncomfortable position that you were in, I'm glad that you like being uncomfortable. I don't.
I know. He's one of the most laid-back, honest people that I have encountered in the music industry. And I can vouch for the fact that he does not lie to people. He does not make promises to people. And that is some of the things that you will come across a lot in the music industry.
I'm not going to tell somebody to pay me to do something that I can't. If I can't, I can't, I will tell you. And if I can, I will. And if I'm willing to try and it doesn't work out as planned, you can't fault me, but I will assist you as well as trying to make that whatever wrong was wrong, I will actually try to make it right.
Right.
What you heard about me? Don't you know I keep the goons around me?
Yes, check it out, man. This is your boy Akon, and right now you got it locked to Worldwide Entertainment TV. Keep it locked.
Always had goals in life, man. With the number one goal, get a motherfucking rolling, man. Watching all the big dope boys do their thing. Like, still I got older, so I'm getting one.
Jumped out the red, get a Holy Ghost. Since a young nigga.